Hi everyone, I'm making my stuffed shells. You know, all along I've been telling you I'm going to make lasagna, and I forgot that I bought the jumbo shells this week to make those instead of lasagna. So, change of plan here, we're having jumbo shells. Instead, I bought some part skim ricotta, some fresh mushrooms, some sweet Italian sausage, an onion. I'm going to be using 2 eggs and 2 jars of ragu, 1 chunky mushroom and 1 chunky garden vegetable. And I'm going to do it all in this big frying pan right here. And this is the easy way out, guys. I'm not saying this is grandma's recipe. It is for people that don't want to be in the kitchen all night or all day, and you want to have a good meal, but you want it now. Let's get started. So I just turned on my pan, and I'm just going to put a touch of vegetable oil on the bottom of this pan. And then I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in. Then I'm going to take these and we're going to squeeze the insides out of them. I'm going to squeeze these babies. Okay. Whoops. Woo! Hang on. Break them up. You want this to be like the consistency of like scrambled ground beef when you're done. Because basically sweet Italian sausage is just ground pork with a little bit of fennel in it. Fennel seed to give it the sweetness. And what I did to separate it is these are a pain in the neck to separate. They don't just separate nice like ground beef does. So you have to kind of pull them apart, you know, like this to cut them up more. Just a little FYI when you're making them, that you've got to really cut them up good unless you want big chunky pieces of pork sausage. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take the sausage out and put it into this little bowl with the paper towel in there to absorb the grease. Because I don't want all that grease in my sauce. Okay. Cut the ends off the onion. And then I go right down the side and get off the skin. And put my stove back on. Put a little bit more olive oil in here. Add my onion. And while that's cooking, I'm going to do my ricotta. Mix those eggs in. Meanwhile, my onions are a nice golden brown. So I'm going to turn on my water under this pan for my shells. And I'm going to put in a little pepper and a little bit of salt. I'm going to dump the meat back in. And look at all the grease that the paper towel got out of it. You don't want that on your sauce. Okay, now I'm just going to dump in my Chunky Garden vegetable ragu, and then I'm going to dump in my chunky mushroom and let those all cook together. Okay, our water is boiling. This is the size of the shell. They're not as big and jumbo as I thought. So I'm going to dump these in here and bring those to a boil, and I'm going to cook those about 15 minutes. Okay, my sauce is bubbling and the shells are bubbling, and I'm going to let those stay in there about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to stuff them. I'm going to put some whole oregano in this also. So I already have my eggs in here with the ricotta, and now I'm going to put some whole oregano. And just put that in for some flavor. Okay, so we're just letting those cool off. Just spray them down to help them cool a little bit with cold water. And I'm just going to spray them with some of this cooking spray, just so they don't stick together. And then I'm just going to take some of this and put it at the bottom of the pan, just to coat the bottom. And then I'm going to take my shells, and some of them are ripped a little bit, but that's alright. Okay, so I've stuffed all my shells. And just sprinkle this over the top. Like that, and then I'm going to cover it up with tin foil. And I'm going to put it in the oven at 375 for about 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm saving the rest of my sauce so that when the stuffed shells are ready, I'll heat this up again and we can scoop it over the shells. It's always better the next day once the sauces and everything, all the flavors, all meld in together. But so that's it for now, and I will show you what it looks like when it's all bubbling out of the oven. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. All the cheese is all melted in. I'm just going to let that set for a little while and let the cheese firm up for a few minutes, and then I'm going to plate it up. I got my garlic bread in cooking.